Beautiful Dave Rogers Field here on the campus of Illinois Central College. Not Illinois Central College, Eastside Center. My God, you think I'd done this a time or two, huh? I am joined by the legendary Dave
Welcome
Bentley.
to Eastside Center for the game between the Dunlap Eagles and our East Peoria Raiders. At this time, please rise, remove your hats, and address the flag and right for the playing of our national anthem.
All right, folks, welcome to beautiful Eastside Center once again. This is Dave Rogers Field here, and you are looking at the East Peoria Raiders as they get ready to take on the Dunlap Eagles. Let's run through the lineup here. First for the Eagles of Dunlap. Leading off, playing center field, number 1, Jackson Newton. Batting second, the second baseman, number 12, Ryder Renette. Batting third, the shortstop, number 3, Davis Weeks. Batting fourth, the first baseman, number 4, Christian Ferrari. Batting fifth, the pitcher, number 0, Owen Schisler. Is 0 a number, Van? Because that can you actually do it? We are joined by in the booth. Obviously, Dave Bentley has made the trip down, albeit in a shocking, surprising manner. Glad to have Dave here, and as well as the silky tones you'll hear over the PA are those of Alex Van Winkle.
I couldn't miss the showdown. I could feel the buzz as I was crossing I-80.
This game originally was supposed to be at Dunlap High School, but the Eagles had a little wind damage.
Bump Bailey crashed through the center field wall during a tornado last night, and it's still currently down.
I did not see any. I didn't see any photos or anything, but man, those storms kind of snuck up out of nowhere. It was one of those things where people, I think, were a little shocked at what was going on.
I was waiting until the last minute to hop in the car, but Coach Stoney gave me the green light at probably about 11:30. Just a new location.
Taking the mound for the Raiders today is going to be none other than their ace, R.J. Duncan. R.J. an Illinois State commit, been up to 92 miles an hour. Arm looking loose and live right now as he finishes up his warm-up pitches here. And we're going to get this thing underway.
Batting first for Dunlap, number 1, the center fielder, Jay Newton.
Give me their first names.
The other two.
Yeah, I don't mind it. Chump don't want to help. Chump don't get to help.
I've never given full names to the other two.
And we are underway. See former big leaguer Brian Schaus back there behind the backstop checking out R.J. Duncan. And Jackson Newton going to put this one in play. Flares it to left.
Good communication there.
Now
That's,
batting for Dunlap, number 12, Bennett.
Thought that Texas leaguer was going to drop for a second.
Yeah, it's some nice talks between shortstop Jackson Aarons and left fielder Roman Moody. And that's going to bring up Ryder Renette, the precocious freshman. He's going to look at strike one. The PBR ranks only go to 5 right now in the class of 2028, Dave. But I got to imagine Renette's going to be pretty highly ranked when they finally set this thing out.
He is a player. He got the barrel on it, but I think it's going to be
Got
caught.
under it, yep, and going to run that one down for an easy out number 2 here. So Dungeon being very efficient in the early going.
Now batting for Dunlap, number 3, Weeks.
And we have our first viewer, Dave. Kudos.
Hi, Mom.
Yeah.
Thanks for logging on.
That's going to bring up the Michigan State recruit Davis Weeks, the shortstop. And we'll see how this matchup goes. Good on good right here.
Future guest on the pod,
Absolutely.
Davis Weeks.
Absolutely. That one looked like it had a little heat to it here. We'll see what the pocket radars are reading today. I didn't read on that one, did you?
No.
We may be too far up for this one,
think
folks.
so.
Which is disappointing, but we'll make do nonetheless.
We're in the crow's nest here.
That's going to make it 2-0 now. Again, batter, Davis Weeks. 3-0, pardon me, 3-0.
Being careful with him, but he got one about the knees.
That's the old got to throw a strike now. Let's see what he gets on a 3-1 hack
this will
here.
be interesting. I'm going to challenge him. Ooh.
Might have gone change up there, look like?
Yeah, it looked a little slower.
Yeah, took a little something off that.
We got
Change in
Missouri
CC.
Valley versus Big Ten right now.
Yeah. So here we go. Full count, 3-2, 2 outs. Top of the first.
Like a
Came
slider.
with a slider there. Weeks gets a barrel on it. Joe Clark heading back. Gonna
That's a
glove
pretty
it,
good-
no problem.
Pretty good play, considering he didn't turn to
Yeah.
run back. He just did that all back step.
Yeah, wind blowing out, kind of hard to read that. It definitely got up in the jet stream there and took off. So after 1/2 inning of play, the Raiders are coming to bat here. Let's take a look at their lineup. Leading off, playing shortstop for the Raiders, that'll be number 1, Jackson Aarons. Batting second, the third baseman, number 9, Owen Hidden, who's headed to Illinois Central College. Batting third, the aforementioned R.J. Duncan, who's headed to Illinois State. Batting fourth, the catcher, number 5, Zach Hahn, who is headed to Highland Community College. Batting fifth, the right fielder, Jackson Beasley. Jackson, a feel-good story. Didn't play much last year, but has really found his home in the lineup this year, and Matt Plummer really likes the bat. Batting sixth, the left fielder, number 21, Roman Moody. And Roman, one of the few juniors in this lineup, alongside number 20, the first baseman, Mason Watson, who's batting seventh. Batting eighth, designated hitter, Augie Lonis. He is hitting for the second baseman, Corbin Parker. And hitting in the 9 hole is the man who we saw record the third out there, Joe Clark. Joe headed to Eureka College to play some ball. So, David, what are you looking for out of this game?
I think we're going to have a pitcher's duel. Unless the wind comes into play, which it almost did there in the top half. I watched Owen Schisler pitch a little less than 2 weeks ago, and I know the EP lineup can be potent at times, but with RJ, the Dungeon, and Owen, I'm seeing at least the first 4 innings low score, but we'll see.
Agreed.
Anything can happen. This is baseball.
Agreed.
Batting first for the Raiders, number 17, Jackson Aarons.
So that'll bring up Jackson Aarons. Jackson, a multi-sport athlete, wide receiver, cornerback in football, shooting guard in basketball, and a shortstop in baseball. Starting to get some interest from the service academies for his work on the baseball diamond. So best of luck to Jackson. Schisler wastes no time getting ahead 0-1 there. Fires a strike. Schisler, the southpaw, headed to Illinois Wesleyan University. No, Mike Keller is thrilled to get him. That one misses low. What have you seen out of Schisler so far, David? And you're seeing him last week or two.
Everything he throws hard is at the knees. I saw no balls get up in the zone. Now that was just one appearance against Pekin, whose lineup is not as potent as the Raiders. No offense, Dragons, but if he can keep throwing it at the knees, I think he can get some ground balls and
Yeah.
strikeouts. And that's what he did with Pekin.
And that is, you're absolutely right. He does tend to work down in the zone, and that's, you know, uh, for so many kids, that's such a lost art.
He's also human, and he's got to be feeling maybe a little more pressure than the matchup against Pekin with R.J. Duncan as his foe here today.
Oh, and he's going to get rung up there on the inside.
That's a good
Now batting
pitch.
for the Raiders, number 9, Owen Hidden.
Low and inside, knee height. Even if he swings, he maybe fouls that off.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's going to bring up Owen Hidden, 1 out, 1 down here. I forgot my scoreboard duties for a brief second. Thank God somebody reminded me.
There it is again, right at the knees, low and outside.
He's got a little arm side run to that too. You saw that kind of start out over the outer third and work back middle. So if he can get that on the inside, that could be really problematic.
He's deadly to lefties. It's just, I figure he's going to gain a few miles an hour velo when he starts, gets to college and gets put on a heavier program.
Absolutely. Ooh, worked inside there. Got a little foul ball. I'll make a 1-2.
Yeah, Coach Keller is getting a baller.
And I would say the same thing about the young man in the batter's box too. Bear Kelly getting himself a nice little infielder / right-handed pitcher here.
There's a base knock.
Flare that to
get
left.
down.
And we have our first hit of the day.
Now batting for the Raiders, number 8, R.J. Duncan.
Looked like a slider low and away, and he just went with it. Didn't try to do too much.
Yep. That'll bring up the Illinois State recruit, R.J. Duncan. See what he can do here. They're going to play him a little around to the right, interestingly enough. Not playing him to pull. Looks like he might have taken a little something off that. Maybe started him with a changeup.
That's what I was thinking. Pretty good idea.
See if he throws something with a little bend to it here. Nope. Came back fastball. Missed with both.
Tough to lay off that.
And here comes the pitch.
Smoked. Right at center
nice
field.
Play by Jackson Newton. He gets rid of that. And that's going to double off Hidden to end the inning. Newton came in hard on that ball, and Hidden, of course, halfway to see if it gets down or not, and just gets hung out in no man's land there. And a heck of a double play turn there by Jackson Newton of Dunlap.
Without the wind, I think that might have been down. Still a great play. He did smoke it, though.
That ball was barreled.
Tip the cap to Dungeon. He took a little bit outside, slightly higher than knee-high fastball, and just poked it.
Well, the bad news here, Mr. Bentley, is we've doubled our viewership. We're up 2.
Hey, Dad, thanks for coming on.
Not even asking if Dave and Sue Diggle are watching, because they have no idea how to work this. And chances are my sister's at work. So
now batting for Dunlap, number 4, Ferrari.
That'll bring up the heart of the Eagles order here, Christian Ferrari. College of Lake County recruit.
He's giving a little love taps to the ump and the catcher. I like to see it.
He's a great kid. I have to tell you, I worked with Christian in his recruitment, and just a great kid, great family. And oddly enough, live in the same house as one of my best friends growing up,
That is a little
Chris
weird.
Bergschneider. I
Oh
pulled,
yeah,
pulled up to the house. I was like, wait a minute, this isn't your house. This is Bergschneider's house.
RJ just tied his shoe. Ooh, nice slider.
Yeah, nice little slide piece there to get ahead.
He either was tying his shoe or putting a little something extra on there, maybe a little bardol, because that thing had some spin to it.
Jalapeno.
There's a base
Fastball
knock.
up, gonna get a little worm burner to right center, and the Eagles have their first hit, courtesy of Christian Ferrari.
Ferrari did a good job not swinging too hard. That ball's already coming at 90.
Schisler.
That'll bring. Yeah. That'll bring up the Illinois Wesleyan recruit. Even Schisler getting a little love there. Gives Hahn a little tap on the helmet. This game was very intense a year ago. Almost some bad juju went down in that game a year ago. These teams met 3 times, split the conference series, but we lost all 3. Pardon me. I thought we split the conference series. Twice in the Middle Illini, and then once in a regional championship game over in Galesburg. Some rowdiness there. I see the rest of the Hidden family rolling in down below. The first family of East Peoria baseball, as it were. Seems to be a hullabaloo in the Eagles' first or third base dugout, but not sure what the deal is. Dungeon got to get in there with strike 1.
I don't think Dungeon's going to be rattled by some hooting and hollering. He's too much of a gamer.
A lot going on today at East Side. Looks like we got a track meet going on over at Corny Clap Field. That bunt going to get down. Wow, great bunt by Schisler.
A 360 bunt.
Yeah. That'll be out number 1.
Now batting for Dunlap, number 14, Gray.
If ESPN still covered baseball, that'd be a top 10 play, but I'm not sure they're going to do it. Literally made the bunt and did a 360 spin.
So that'll bring up Landon Gray, the outfielder. Runner in scoring position for the first time today. And Dungeon's just going to pour the coal to it, get strike 1 ahead here.
Landon's a nice contact hitter. He's been pitching well on the mound with some staff injuries to the Eagles. He stepped up, helping out Stoney's squad.
Both these teams have just been beset by injuries. Really, kind of a sad state of affairs. Nothing they can do about it, of course. But man, just
It doesn't help when you play in 39 degrees for the first month.
That it does not. So Dungeon comes set here 1-1. That's going to be a foul ball.
Right off the knob.
So 1-2 count now to Landon Gray. Man on second is Christian Ferrari, the first baseman. Not the fleetest of foot is Christian, so this ball is going to have to be, find a little green here to give Ferrari enough space to get going. Slider there, just a little off the plate.
That's a good pitch selection there.
That's a nice 2-strike slider right there for sure. That's a great take by Gray. Showed a lot of maturity there, not losing it at that.
Started in the zone and slid out of it at the last second.
Oof.
And there he is, punchy.
That one looked over 90 to me.
Now batting for Dunlap, number 10, Mechanicu.
So that'll bring up the sophomore, Eli Mechanicu, playing third base today.
Dunlap's got a great 2027 class and 28. Mechanicu, Babs, and then Ryder Rennett in the 28 class.
So that'll go 0-1 to Mechanicu. 2 outs here again. And runner on second is none other than Christian Ferrari. And Duncan just going to pour that fastball in. Get ahead 0-2 here. Mechanicu, of course, started all last year, so as a sophomore, this isn't new to him. He's a crusty veteran of the varsity level at this point. Eric Stone's going to love having him around for the next couple of years.
Great pitch.
And R.J. Duncan is fired up. So there we go. Eagles threaten but can't get the run home. And that will send us to the bottom of the second.
Let's see. Good job. Good place. What do you have to press on that for the back?
I just went here. Like you'll go.
Yeah,
That's right. Yep. All right. Well, I saw my wife just texted to inform me that she has my wallet. That can't be a good thing considering we're separated by about 10 miles.
We can always run a tab at the concession stand. It's been done before.
I think they know me around here. I think they know me. Leading off this inning, we're going to have none other than Zach Hahn.
Now batting for the Raiders, number 5, Zach Hahn.
Club going up.
So Zach Hahn going to step in. Zach, a veteran of my AP U.S. History class, got himself a 4 last year to earn that college credit. Going to head to Highland Community College next year. And Schisler going to jump ahead with a strike.
Pretty good history of the EP Raiders having quality catchers. Jake Smith comes to mind.
Absolutely, the Jake unit.
In the 90s, was it Scott Steffens?
Was that a ball or a strike? Did we see that? Ball.
I want to say Scott Steffens, but I could be wrong on the first name.
Man, I don't know that one.
97 grad.
That one in play down the right field line. Gonna drift foul. And that'll make it 1-2. So both pitchers here getting ahead early. And attacking hitters. Ball in the dirt there. Nice job by. Nice job. Who's catching today for the. Is that Gibbs? No. It's got to be Gibbs. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, Gibbs is catching. That ball hit to short. Davis weeks up with it. No problems there. And
Now
Holland is
batting
out
for
one,
the
number
Raiders,
one.
number 11, Jackson Beasley.
You know what? You know one of the things that gives me faith in this new generation? Their walk-up songs.
Yeah.
So many old
They're kicking
tunes.
it back to the 70s.
Yeah. So again, the hitter here, Jackson Beasley, and he's going to foul off strike one here. Jackson, a transfer from Washington, was also with the Raiders last year. And like I said, has finally found a home in the lineup here as an outfielder and a reliable bat. That one going to be put in play right to Renette at second. Renette will field that no problem, and we have 2 quick outs.
Now batting for the Raiders, number 21, Roman Moody.
Beasley did a good job keeping his hands close to the body to get a barrel on that. He just couldn't get enough on it to get it into the outfield. Still a pretty good piece of hitting there.
Yeah. Raiders still searching. Oh, pardon me. No, Owen Hidden had their first hit, but he got doubled off. That's right.
It's a nice slider there from Owen.
Yeah, nice little bender.
Do the same thing.
That one going to be in capped.
Got a nubber.
Ferrari up and Schistler over to cover. And just like that, we are on to the third.
Just like when I saw Owen against the Dragons, when he misses low, and you're not going to get hurt too bad if you do that.
You are correct, sir.
Little beast of burdens by Mr. Jagger here. You'd love to see it. FYI, Mr. Diggle, May 10th, there will be a commemorative bench in the name of Old Smoothie Coach Rick Snar at a doubleheader at Richwoods against Peoria Christian. Sheila Snar will be there. I don't know if they're doing it in between the doubleheader or before the game or after, but Sheila's always a bubble of fun and positivity. So it'll be a nice moment for her and the Snar family.
Absolutely.
Now betting for Dunlap, number 2, Tressenreiter.
So in steps Jackson Tressenreiter, normally the 2-hole hitter for the Eagles, just getting cleared from injury, has only been cleared to hit and run. And normally the Eagles number 2 hitter, very successful last year, hit over 400, 425, I believe. And he can run it up to 88 off the mound. So good things there for Tressenreiter. We'll have to see how he's feeling here. Came back the other day and hit the game winner for the Eagles. Literally hours after being cleared, came back and hit a hard liner to center with a ton of topspin, and it got by the center fielder. Allowed them to pick up the win.
That was a filthy curveball from RJ, just a little bit high. Started behind Jackson's head, though.
There's the slider. Threw that one a little more intent. That'll make it 1-2 now with should be no outs.
He went back to it. They're checking. No, they say he didn't go.
That'll even it at 2-2 now here in the third. And there he gets one backdoored him. Wow.
Now betting for Dunlap, number 7, Field.
So Argyle, Field.
He just froze him there. That back door again, it started behind Jackson and ended up just on the inside part of the plate.
And that was not cement mixed, folks. That was sharp as can be. He threw that there intentionally. He's going to say he goes there. Duncan has now set down the last 3 hitters looking on strikeouts. Gets him swinging there as well.
At the knees. I couldn't tell if I don't know if he throws a 2-seamer, but that one looked like it had more movement and less heat on it.
Held on to that one just a little long. Saw something I'd never seen before yesterday watching the UCLA Oregon game on
I
the Big
saw
Ten
that
Network.
was on, yeah.
The catcher.
They say he went.
Yep, there you go.
Now batting for Dunlap, number 1, Newton.
So 4 straight K, the first one of them looking. But the catcher came up and he tried to throw it. There was runners on first and third, and he faked the throw to second, but he came through so violently that he spiked the ball. Unreal, never seen it. Jackson Newton now back up. He flew out to left his first time up to the plate. And that'll be strike 1. 2 outs here, top of the third, pardon me. And that'll leave the count at 1-1. Hope you folks, or at least the one of you watching this, is enjoying it.
Mom, can we have monocles tonight? Just order it now, and I'll pick it up on my way home.
I was gonna see if you wanted to swing back. That ball is struck
That ball
deep,
smoked.
and that's
That's
gonna
it.
bounce over.
Home run.
Well, now the center, Joe Clark, threw up his hands. I don't know if that bounced or got out. I don't know why Joe would throw up his hands on a home run. But that's going to put the Eagles on the board, 1-0.
Number 12, Burnett.
Jackson did not try to do too much with that. Again, the Dungeon's providing that 90-plus speed. All you got to do is put a nice contact swing on it. Left center, right in the gap. Wind is kind of shifting, but at that point it looked like it gusted out. A little help there.
So that puts the Eagles on the board, 1-0. See how R.J. Duncan bounces back here to finish the inning. Freshman was hacking at that one. Everybody feels the juice when you get that going.
As most people know, Mr. Renette is the son of a famous Peoria riverman. In fact, I think, isn't he Hall of Famer? Yeah.
Nice little bender there for strike 2. Jim Matson joining us now. Jim always on the run, shooting his highlights. Might be kicking himself for missing Jackson's home run there. Good to see the Hieronymus family here from East Peoria. Their son Colin, one of the smartest students that Mr. Van Winkle or myself have ever worked with. And R.J. Duncan bounces back with a strikeout there, and you heard that one maybe on our mic. I don't know. But goodness, he had something on that. And that'll end the top of the third. But the Eagles get one on a solo home run by Jackson Newton, so the Raiders are trailing, coming to bat. You wanted to go south. He's got some family down in Georgia. That's why he wanted to go down there. I was trying to hook him up with Sheets at Georgia Gwinnett.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Honestly, that wouldn't be the worst place for Nolan Farmer either.
I know. Every time Evan mentions he's looking at the score, that's been down there. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Stop.
He's coming home.
He's going to be a cougar, but we're not going to help you.
If he's going to be a cougar, you don't really need our help.
I know. I don't think he does at this point.
We're going to start making you pay. How's that?
When he finished the season with a sub-2 ERA, I was just like,
1.45 will do it.
I was cut last year from JV.
I know.
He grew 4 inches, added 4 miles an hour, and that's
So here we go. Bottom 3 coming up. Mason Watson going to lead us off.
Now batting for the Raiders, number 20, Mason Watson.
Mason, a two-sport athlete. You can find him on the football field at fullback and linebacker and playing first base today. Gave up basketball this year. Matt Plummer raves about his bat. He's going to look at strike 1 there from Owen Schisler.
EP had a nice hoop squad this year.
That we did.
In college for 3 years, I lived with one of the hoopsters from the 97 elite team, Andy Scott, who also played with Jeremy Picard, Mark Vershaw, and Jenkins, who went to Valpo.
Jason Jenkins.
That was the team that lost when Frankie Williams decided to pull up from about 32 feet at the field house at the buzzer.
Oh. East Peoria associate or assistant principal / dean Jay Bowman, also part of that squad.
Now batting for the Raiders, number 34, Augie Lonis.
Hey, safe to say I'm the beat.
So that'll bring up one Augustus Lonis, the big junior, hitting in the 8-hole today as a designated hitter, hitting for Corbin Parker, the second baseman. And Augie jumps all over the first pitch, puts a ride on it, but about 45 degrees the wrong way. So 0-1 here. Let's see what Schisler comes back with. Joe Clark, the center fielder, on deck.
It's my first look at Augie. I like his Ruben Sierra stance.
Ooh, a little quick pitch there by Schisler. Got that one right back, and Augie keeping the hand up full time now, trying to make sure he doesn't get quick pitched.
I like that he put it exactly where he put the last pitch, just a little high, little outside fastball. Same exact spot.
So that'll make it 1-2.
Oof.
And just got frozen by the
Now
fastball.
batting for the Raiders,
Blowing inside at the knees
number 1,
again.
Joe Clark.
Back when I could play this game a little bit, I remember in order to keep it low, I really had to bend my back, and I'm watching Owen doing that right now.
Clark going to put a jolt into that one to right center. That's going to get down. And Clark is off to the races with speed. Nice play by the right fielder there. Got it back in a hurry, but Joe Clark with a double.
Now batting for the Raiders, number 17, Jackson Aarons.
Nice piece of
If
hitting.
you are what you say you are.
Nice piece of hitting there. High and outside, he just went with it. Easy swing. Owen's up there throwing 83 to 85, maybe touching 86. You don't have to swing that hard. Ball will go.
And the wind blowing out that way, too.
Yep.
Ball one there to Aarons. He struck out looking to lead this, to lead off Peoria in the first. Keeps throwing me off. This was supposed to be a Dunlap game. Pretty good crowd for the switch in sights. Again, this game originally supposed to be played at Dunlap High School, but some wind damage from the storms that blew through last night left the Eagles field unplayable. So fortunately, Eastside Center was available. That ball in the dirt. That'll make it 2-1 now to the junior shortstop, Jackson Aarons. Schisler getting the sign from his catcher, Gavin Gibbs. Breaker started off sharp out of the hand, just didn't finish. That's going to make it 3-1. Let's see if Matt Plummer turns Aarons loose here. Dangerous hitter on deck, and Owen Hidden. Little cat and mouse game out there at second. That ball going to get down.
Now batting for the Raiders, number 9, Owen Hidden.
Not a bad pitch in that circumstance.
Out in the street, they call it murder.
What a great walk-up song.
That's awesome.
I mean, absolutely. So that'll bring the Illinois Central College recruit Owen Hidden to the plate. He has the Raiders' lone hit so far, single to left in his first at bat. He'll look at strike one right down Main Street from Owen Schisler. Battle of the O-shows here.
Dunlap's got a force play. Let's see if Owen tries to get him to hit the ball on the ground here in turn 2.
2 outs.
So that wouldn't help then. Bonus.
Dynamite drop in, Monty. Those broadcast losses are really paying off.
Sorry, folks. I blacked out for an inning.
So now 1-2 to Owen Hidden. Runners on first and second. That's speedy Joe Clark out at second. Aaron's has good speed at first as the Raiders leadoff man. And both pitchers showing some emotion here. Schisler gets hidden swinging, and that's going to end the threat for the Raiders. We go to the fourth. Dunlap leads 1-0.
Low and inside again from Owen.
On to the top of the fourth here.
Now batting for Dunlap, number 3, Weeks.
Davis Weeks, the Michigan State recruit, going to lead it off. He flew out to center his first at bat. Our good friend Mr. Dave Bentley has gone down to get some velo readings on Mr. Duncan and Mr. Schisler. So he'll rejoin us here shortly. Duncan comes set, going to deliver. That ball lifted to right. And that ball going to clang off the fence and right. Weeks going to pull into second with a leadoff double.
Now batting, number 4, Ferrari.
So got a little piece of breaker there and lifted it to right. Got off the fence. Again, that's where the wind is blowing. And that's going to bring up the Eagles' number 4 hitter, Christian Ferrari. College of Lake County recruit, singled his first at bat. Looking to double the Eagles' lead here to 2-0 as they lead 1-0 here, top of the fourth. Duncan takes a second to reset himself. Gets the sign from Hahn, comes set. And he's going to pour the fastball in there for strike one. Pick back, nice move. Little inside move there by Duncan. Weeks just gets back, avoids the tag. They're going to say that Ferrari went there, and that'll make it 0-2. Again, no outs. Davis Weeks with the leadoff double. Christian Ferrari, the cleanup hitter, facing an 0-2 count here. Matt Plummer sending in the signals. RJ Duncan going to step off and reset here as they're trying to navigate some traffic on the bases here with a dangerous hitter at the plate. Ferrari led the Eagles a year ago with 34 RBIs. Davis Weeks not far behind that total. That's going to be popped up left side. That's going to get out of play just beyond the Eagles dugout on the third base side. And the count will ride at 0-2 here. So again, here we go, 0-2. RJ Duncan facing Christian Ferrari. Gonna see that one up. That'll make it 1-2. I heard somebody say base hit ball 4, and I was like, no, it's not. It's coming from the other diamond. As usual at Eastside Center, a couple different games going on here. Got to know which one you're hearing encouragement from before it throws you off. So RJ Duncan going to reset here. Again, the only run so far, a home run by the leadoff hitter for the Eagles, Jackson Newton, put one out to left. And that's been the only source of scoring so far for either side. So Dunlap leads this Mid-Illini Conference game 1-0. Here comes Duncan, set. Couldn't get the breaking ball to break. What'd you have there, Senior Bentley?
Well, I cheated on Mr. Schaus's homework, and the Dungeon's been up to 91. When I was watching him against Davis, he was at 89, 88.
Okay.
He's throwing what looks like a cutter. At least that's what Schaus thought. It's almost like a mini slider that's
Yeah.
not breaking as much and's got a little more heat to it.
Now batting for Dunlap, number 0, Schisler.
So gets him swinging there with the fastball up. That's going to bring up Owen Schisler, the pitcher. Schisler with a nice sac bunt last time to move some runners into scoring position, but the Eagles couldn't do anything with it. Duncan responded with back-to-back strikeout looking, part of a series of 4 straight strikeouts he had earlier in this game. 5 total on the day, 6 now for Duncan. Duncan set. Throws it. Oh, that was close. Man.
That's a pretty good move there.
If we replayed that, I'm not 100% sure you wouldn't see Davis Weeks being out. Close call there. 0-1 here, the count to Schisler. He's going to foul that one off down the left side, not a play. Owen Hidden's going to give chase. Tons of new grass here at Eastside Center. They've done a nice job trying to put everything back together. A lot of hay down right now. So if you are a sufferer of hay fever, not your favorite place to be right now.
And that brings us to our sponsor, Benadryl. When you're feeling your hay fever, stop by Walgreens or CVS and pick up an 8-pack.
Just remember to prove you're not buying it for meth-making purposes.
The bar is high. The purchasing bar has been set high. I got to say, I was pretty impressed. I got a little closer earlier this inning. Davis Weeks was running at about a 6.8 while looking at the ball and jogging. I mean, he was making a decision whether to go to third, yeah. And he was moving.
Oh, ball in the dirt.
Squirted away.
That's going to move him to third.
Weeks was making a decision whether to go to third, and he was moving faster than I ever have in my life at his jogging pace. He just looks like he has baseball instincts that come naturally.
That he does. That's a credit to his dad, Josh. Josh played at Michigan State. So the Raiders going to bring the infield in here, trying to cut the run down at the plate. 2-2 pitch. See if Duncan takes this one himself. And he does. Gets the IWU recruit swinging. That's going to bring up Landon Gray.
Now batting for Dunlap, number 14, Gray.
I was wondering about the Davis Weeks connection to Michigan State. For a second, I thought it was our Peoria High coach, retired Mr. Olson's connection that maybe put him on their radar.
That ball in play. Owen Hidden going to have to come up clean and play it. Makes a nice throw.
Great play.
And that gets him. So the Raiders work out of trouble there. RJ Duncan letting them know.
Duncan yelled out a Sasquatch-like bellow at the end there. That was a hell of a play by Owen Hidden.
Nothing like a little W Axl Rose. R.J. Duncan going to start this.
Now batting for the Raiders, number 8, R.J. Duncan.
R.J. Duncan going to step in, looking for his first hit of the day. Lined out to center. Part of a great play by Jackson Newton. Got it doubled up. 1-1 here. Looked like a little two-seam fastball there. Looked like it was going to get inside. That'll make it 1-2 now. Again, the batter is Illinois State commit R.J. Duncan. And he'll look at ball 2 there from Owen Schisler for Dunlap.
He's being careful wisely.
RJ right up there on the plate. Doesn't leave you much room to miss to the outside, but if you can get under his hands. That one's going to be popped up down the right side.
Tough play in the sun. Can of corn.
Now batting for the Raiders, number 5.
Club going up on Tuesday.
For a second, I forgot the sun actually doesn't shine until May 1st, so not as hard of a play as I first perceived.
Zach Hahn now going to step in. He grounded out to short first time up. That ball also going to be popped. Going to get out of play here on the first base side. The netting system not up yet at Eastside Center, so we already have a window in the crow's nest broken.
Looked like an air on somebody's dad there. Looks like a gray hoodie and a blue hat.
Yes, sir, we are talking to you. Boo this man. Boo him. Again, 0-1 here to Hahn. 1 out, bottom of the 4th. Dunlap leads 1-0.
High and away cheddar there.
And if I recall right, Schisler does have a decent amount of spin, so it's going to look like that ball is rising when you're in the box.
Yep.
That ball going to be popped short right field. Ryder Renette out there.
Rennett's got it.
Now batting for the Raiders, number 11, Jackson.
So that'll bring up Jackson Beasley, the right fielder. Oh, 1 here. That one back up the middle. Man, that almost got Schisler in the face. He got his head just out of the way, lost his
Now
hat.
batting for the Raiders, number 21,
Smoking in the back with the truck in the
Roman
front. Smoking on gas, and driving the blunt.
Now we've got some.
Get his way around first.
What's that?
When somebody didn't get his way around first, what happened down there?
Looked like a little bit of jawing, and I couldn't tell if it was friendly or not.
No love lost between these squads.
Between Hod and Ferrari.
First place, if they remember correctly.
Yes.
He was taking third, though.
So that'll bring up Roman Moody here. 2 outs, bottom to fourth. Again, Dunlap leading 1-0. Raiders dugout showing a little life. That ball misses outside to Moody. Moody had the walk-off single last Wednesday for the Raiders as they beat Canton 3-2. That game notable. Canton fireballer Cash Van Houten may or may not have been up to 95 miles an hour. My gun said 95, the PBR guy said 91, and then we flipped it on Owen Hidden. So we're not sure who did what, but Moody going to miss there. That'll even the count at 1.
Looked like a changeup blowing outside. He was out in front.
Oh, we double overviewership again. Your dad tuned back in.
Thanks, Pops.
Dean Bentley, you're a good man. Right back from Florida. They're going to get him on the swing there.
Check him. Doesn't need to.
2 strikes. He's leaving now.
So 1-2 count here to Roman Moody. The runner on first is Jackson Beasley, who singled. The Raiders trying to get something going here as they trail 1-0, bottom 4. And look at that ball up.
Beasley not as big of a lead as he had before the pickoff attempt.
2-2 count, 2 outs. And Schistler going to get him swinging. Appears to put his hand up to his ear like, I can't hear you. So that'll move us to the 5th.
Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games. We got everything you want. We don't think we are the people that you find. Whatever you may need. If you got no money, we got your disease. Jungle. Welcome to the
All right, here we go. Top of 5.
Now batting for Dunlap, number 10, Mechanicu.
Eli Mechanicu going to lead off the 5th here for the Eagles. Again, they lead 1-0. Illinois State recruit R.J. Duncan back on the bump. 7 strikeouts so far for Duncan. Has given up 3 hits. One of them a solo home run to Jackson Newton that accounts for the only scoring in this game as Dunlap leads 1-0. Duncan going to start Mechanicu with a breaking ball there that breaks high. That'll make it 1-0. Mechanicu, the number 38 player ranked in PBR's Illinois class of 2027. Plays summers with that stacked Wow Factor 2027 squad that features the aforementioned Cash Van Houten as well as Limestone's Evan Daxenbichler. 2-1 now. Mechanicu caught looking his last time up. Gonna foul that one off. Big old swing there by the super soft. Gonna even the count at 2-2 here. As we roll into hour part 2 of this broadcast. Hope you folks are enjoying it. We sure are having fun putting it on. Glad that Dave Shinley could join me, or not Dave Shinley, David Bentley. Christ on a cracker. Thank God there's only 2
There
people
was another
watching.
David in here earlier.
Yeah. Too many Davids. That ball out. Going to get on the other
go
field.
on the JV field. No play.
So we ride again. Count full. 3-2 here. That ball going to be fouled off down the line. Nice piece of hitting by Mechanic, who, again, this is not your typical sophomore. Played 30-plus games last year as a freshman on the varsity, as a starter. So this is nothing new for this young man. Again, 3-2 count here. No outs, top 5.
It's a great pitch.
Gonna get him with the slider there.
Now batting for Dunlap, number 2, Tressenreiter.
Started in the zone, slid right out of it.
So first out there, the 8th strikeout of the day for Duncan, and that'll bring up Jackson Tressenreiter, who was caught looking in his first at bat for one of those 8 strikeouts. Woo! That had a little juice behind it. Fastball way up high there. Zach Hahn could only get a tip of the glove on it. That ball going to be popped up right field.
Tough play.
Beasley gives chase. Going to get down in territory, but bounce into the bullpen. That'll even the count at 1-1 here with 1 out, top 5. Again, Tressenreiter, one of the Eagles' leading hitters a year ago, hit 425 out of the number 2 hole, just coming back from injury, so a little bit lower in the lineup today at the number 8 spot, but has already proved his worth to the Eagles by coming back and hitting the game winner last week. Ball low there by Duncan. Got away from Zach Hahn. That'll even the count at 2-2. Neither pitcher seems to be losing much steam here, David.
Not at all. And they're getting fired up after every third out.
Yeah,
Adrenaline's high today. 2 of the best teams in Central Illinois, if not the 2 best.
That breaker a little too far outside. That'll run the count full. 3-2 here, 1 out. Again, the batter, Jackson Tressenreiter. Normally the Eagles' 2-hole hitter and a very successful one. So not the easy 8-hole here that you would think. And the slider just wipes him out.
Fooled him
batting
big
for
time.
Dunlap, number 7, Field.
Strikeout number 9. R.J. Duncan about to jump into double digits here with K's. That'll bring up Drew Thiel, another strikeout victim, back in the 3rd for the Eagles. The dangerous Jackson Newton waiting on deck. And RJ will jump out ahead. 0-1 here. The nice fastball on the outer 3rd. Nice job by Zach Hahn to keep that in the frame. Breaker there will run it to 0-2. 0-2, 2 outs again, top 5. Again, Dunlap leads this Middle Illini game 1-0. That ball popped up. Should be a pretty easy play.
Should be right fielder's ball.
Jackson Beasley going to snug it in his glove. X, but
Now batting for the Raiders, number 20, Mason Watson.
so here we go, folks. Bottom 5. Junior first baseman Mason Watson going to lead us off here. Strikeout victim back in the 3rd inning. Owen Schisler now sitting on for 5 Ks.
In between innings, we heard Dead Flowers off the Sticky Fingers album, one of my favorite Under the Radar Stones song.
Can't go wrong when you have a man with good musical taste in the press box. That is one of the things that makes baseball the American pastime. Its associations with music.
Number Steve Dow.
Oh yeah, the DJ, the Disco Demolition. Yeah. Favorite part is they brought him on field in a military jeep with a Patton's helmet, and they really didn't think anything was going to happen. So, oh goodness, I don't know if that hit Schisler in the face. He had his glove up, and then it kind of glanced.
He looked embarrassed, whether
Yeah.
it hit him in the face or not. He's not going to admit it and pretend it didn't happen.
So 2-2 here to Watson, and he's going to watch a fastball.
And the baseball to the
Now
face.
batting for the Raiders, number 34, Augustus Lotus.
Hey, safe to say I'm the biggest, the largest. Been stepping up, this is my mama saying.
Baseball to the face of Owen really induced a little injection of adrenaline because he threw that one, looked to be mid-80s,
Yeah, that
up
was
and
firm.
outside.
Kurt Pegler now joining us, so you'll be able to see these highlights on both WEK and WMBD tonight. Always good to have Jim Mattson and Kurt Pegler around. It means you're doing something right. That ball in
Tough
place.
play.
Boy, just smooth as silk there by Weeks. Boy, no.
Now batting for the Raiders, number 1, Joe Clark.
Just pulled that one. So Joe Clark now has one of just 3 hits on the day, pardon me, for the Raiders. His double, the only time we've had a runner in scoring position for East Peoria. So
Owen Schisler looks like something tweaked a little bit. I could be reading it wrong, but the way he finished that, he's a little slow getting back on the mound.
I hope Owen's all right here.
He may be feeling pain of a baseball to the face, compliments of his own catcher, but we're not sure right now. Either way, he's we're in the 4th here, so this may be his last inning.
We're in the 5th.
5th, excuse me.
I don't think either of these kids is in danger of getting pulled. I haven't seen anybody in either bullpen. 1-2 now to Clark. That ball going to miss high and away. That'll leave it at 2-2. 1 out here, bottom 5. Dunlap leads 1-0. Pulled the string on that one.
Either a 2-seamer or a change, and it was nasty.
I'm going to call that a change because it didn't look like it had much behind it, but it was there.
Steely Dan. I think I'm confused by he's supposed to be in Dunlap.
Yeah.
Innings. It's got me all backwards. So now will the next game, will they play at
That's
Dunlap and
what
just
I'm
trade?
wondering.
Because it's supposed to be here or at EP Wednesday, right?
Right. So I'm guessing they'll flip it, but I haven't heard officially. I think a lot of it, quite frankly, probably depends on if they can get the damage repaired.
You're at least going to try to flip it, because otherwise we'd be playing this.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Little known fact, the early drummer for Steely Dan, who did not stay with them when they made it big, Chevy Chase, of SNL and
Really?
many movies that you have all seen. True fact.
This is Jackson Newton.
Now batting for Dunlap, number 1, Jackson Newton.
I'm literally reading that Lorne Michaels book about SNL right now, and it makes no mention of Chevy Chase being the drummer for Steely Dan.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Maybe it'll help. Maybe it'll get it up. If they don't have the walker, maybe they'll do it.
Wow, the leather canary. What
I got the app, but I just don't have the info. Can you send it to me? By email?
That's a great pitch by Duncan there.
So that'll bring it 1-1 now. Again, the batter, Jackson Newton, homered back in the third. That's our only run in this ball game. Eagles lead 1-0.
So if you can send me the info, I'll try to get it in. Yeah, let me see.
Same spot,
Or send it to one of the kids.
down and slightly away. Cheese, high 80s at least.
Or see if one of the kids maybe can figure out how to, if you can get it to one of the kids and then they can bring it in.
The easiest way would be screenshot it. They always got it like 9 different places.
Okay. Well,
Just send it to me and I'll help him.
there you go. That'll work.
All right, so 1-2 here to Newton. No outs, leading off the sixth. Put a little extra something on that one, trying to finish it off.
I heard the grunt. Little wild thing grunt there.
That'll even the count at 2-2 here. No outs, top six. Changeup going to miss high and away there. That'll run it full. 3-2 here to Jackson Newton, the Dunlap leadoff hitter. Both for this inning and for the game.
Ooh.
That ball going to get inside, and that's going to be the first free pass issued by
Now
Duncan.
batting for Dunlap, number 12, Renette.
And that'll bring Ryder Renette to the plate. Eagles have 1 run on 3 hits. Young man coming to the plate right now, Ryder Renette, popped out to shortstop in the first and struck out swinging in the third. Owen Hidden, the Dunlap third baseman, you can see him playing in front of the cut there. Clearly anticipating maybe some kind of a sacrifice situation. See if the freshman gets it down. Duncan going to pick over to keep the speedy Newton as close as possible. Don't want him getting a head start there off the bunt and take the force out of the equation. Ball up, they check. Field umpire says no swing. So 1-0 here to the freshman, Ryder Renette.
Ryder's listed at 5'10". I think he's got a few more inches to go.
Absolutely. Another pick over there.
I went to college with his mom. She's about 5'10" herself, and I think his dad is over 6 foot. Great slider by Duncan.
Looks at the slide piece there. That'll even it at 1-1. Again, no outs here, top of the sixth. Dunlap leads 1-0. Duncan really working to keep Newton close here. Trying to keep traffic out of scoring position here for the host Raiders. Again, this game was originally scheduled to be at Dunlap. With some storm damage from last night's Easter storms. Did some damage at, let's be honest, it should really just be Tom Wooden Field. I don't even know if we have a name for the Dunlap Field, but
The Eagle's Nest.
the fact that it's not named after Tom Wooden really sticks in my craw. I say that as an alum. Or Wooden and Estradale Field. I'll take any combo of the above.
Herget Field has a nice ring to it.
I did. Dunlap High School back then, I believe, had 525 students. Yeah. So Zach Hahn with the mound visit there, try to settle his arm down. 3-1 now. See what Duncan comes with here. Wow. That ball must have missed low.
Now batting for Dunlap, number 3, Weeks.
Back-to-back walks have put the Raiders in a pickle here. See if Matt Plummer wants to come out and talk it over or not. Doesn't look like it.
No action in the bullpen, as you stated, although it looks like
The Eagles do have
the
somebody
Eagles.
up.
Yep. I'm wondering if Owen didn't tweak something.
So the hitter now, Davis Weeks. Going to foul that one off.
Onto the JV field.
Weeks doubled his last at bat, moved to third on a wild pitch, got stranded there as Duncan bounced back with a pair of Ks and a ground out. Duncan has to navigate a little bit more traffic this inning. RJ dropped the arm slot down a little bit there. It came from like a 3/4 and threw something with a ton of arm side run that brought it back over the plate there. My goodness. 0-2 now to the Michigan State commit, Davis Weeks. And gets him looking with the bender. My goodness, that was a nice pitch.
Now batting for Dunlap, number 4, Ferrari.
He froze Weeks. Weeks had no argument. He knew it was a strike. He just couldn't hit it, I don't think.
No, huh?
And that's 2 Division I players going head to head.
Absolutely.
And
So
the Dungeon gets the best of him that time.
that'll bring up Christian Ferrari, College of Lake County commit. Had the Eagles' first hit back in the second inning. Little single. Struck out in the fourth. Gonna put that one in play. That should be 2. Corbin Parker to Jackson Aarons, and that throw gets away. That's gonna bring home a run. That'll make it Eagles 2-0 on the throwing error by Jackson Aarons.
Now batting for Dunlap, number 0, Schistler.
So 2 outs now. As Ferrari reaches on the error. So 1 runner on first base. That makes it 2-0 Dunlap in this Mid-Atlantic Conference game. And Owen Schistler with a sac bunt and a strikeout today. Mr. Bentley has picked up on something with Schistler perhaps being hurt, and they did have activity in the bullpen. We'll see if Owen is back out there or not. Swings over a little breaker there. Looked like what is it, cutter there maybe?
Yeah. Yeah, I spoke
Had a
with
little late break.
Coach Schaus, and he felt like he was throwing a cutter mixed in with a slider, which looks similar, but have different movements in the end and come at different speeds. He's got quite the arsenal.
Gonna make it 2-1 now to the 2 pitchers here, squaring off. RJ Duncan on the mound, Owen Schistler at the plate. Schistler gonna swing over that one. That'll leave it at 2-2 here with 2 outs.
Despite Dungeon's prowess on the mound, I was happy to hear that Steve Holmes going to let him play both ways, it sounds like.
Well, and Steve and I talked about that, and I told him it was a no-brainer with the bat. You know, originally they saw him just as an arm, and I said the bat might be even better.
Oh, that's a good
Goodness.
pitch. My God. I think that was a slider, but again, it's coming in the same tunnel as a cutter, and they're different speeds. One has more movement. Now it's time for the showdown. Ernie McCracken, shout out.
So here we head to the bottom of the 6th. On the 6th, Owen Schistler going to head back out for this inning. Again, we saw some activity in the pen. My expert analyst here, David Bentley, thought he might have seen a little something there.
To me, it looked like he either tweaked something or he's just getting a little tired. And it could be either, it could be both. But if he was really hurt, he wouldn't be out there.
No, not at all.
So I'm assuming he's just a little fatigued. This is you get a lot of adrenaline going in a big showdown, pun intended, or big Ern McCracken. And right now he's shutting down a very good EP squad.
Yeah, again, this is first of two meetings. We're assuming the second meeting will be on Wednesday in Dunlap, provided they can get the storm damage cleaned up. But we will have to see. Check your social medias for both schools, find out for sure.
When you're pitching in a big game like this,
Now batting for the Raiders, number 17, Jackson Aarons.
when you're pitching in a big game and your adrenaline dissipates after about the fourth, you do tend to get a little fatigued, and you got to dig down deep for that second wind.
When you get that adrenaline cleaned off, it really, you got to find something else. That ball in play, that's going to be a double in the gap. So here we go. Aaron's going to pull into second with the leadoff double.
I'm wondering if Mr. Stone makes a trip to the hill. I don't know who he's.
The Raiders, number 9, Owen Hidden.
Already out of the dugouts.
And predicted correctly, Mr. Stone headed out. We've seen him go Mechanicu after Owen. We'll see if that's who comes out.
Oh, yeah. Last inning, yeah. There we go. So Stone going to leave without making a change.
Could be given a little more time, but I don't see anybody warming up right now. He may just be checking on his southpaw.
So both conferences going to break up here. Again, Jackson Aarons with the leadoff double there. And that'll bring up Illinois Central College recruit Owen Hidden, the lefty swinger. Pieced one off of Schistler back in the first for the Raiders' first hit. So good left-on-left matchup here.
Arm side run there to the lefty. Tough
that
pitch to hit.
That got in under his hands for sure.
It's hard enough to keep your hands in and get the barrel on it, but when it's also moving in closer to your body, it's twice as hard. Ooh, that had movement too.
Man.
That ball started outside corner, moved right down the middle and low. A little too low for the ump though.
Climbs the ladder there. That'll make it 1-2 now to Owen Hidden. Owen going to choke up here. Runner at second is Jackson Aarons, who doubled the lead off this inning. Dunlap leads 2-0 as we near the end of this Middle Illini Conference contest. And that's going to get Hidden right in the side of the leg, maybe just below the knee. And
now batting for the Raiders, number 8, R.J. Duncan.
Here comes Stone, and that's going to be it.
So second mound visit means you got to remove him. Saw somebody there maybe signaling for a glove change. So they're going to go, they're going to go Eli Mechanicu at third. Mechanicu going to switch gloves out here.
Another outstanding sophomore for the Eagles. Their farm system is deep.
That's going to bring in, looks like they're going to move Drew Thiel, the right fielder, onto the infield. And that'll replace Mechanicu at third. So again, we are bottom of the sixth. Dunlap leads this game 2-0. We thank the two viewers who have stuck with us. The one who's been here the whole time, but the second one joining in as well.
And I got a text from that first one to join, and it was a picture of a Monocle's pizza, which I said, please keep in the oven because it's not as good if you put it in the fridge and reheat it in the microwave.
That's false. It is every bit as good. Did you really order Monocle's?
Oh, yeah.
I was going to tell you to just swing by my house and we'd eat there. So Eli Mechanicu on. I'd give you stats, folks, but my phone is being used as the camera, so I can't get to my game changer. Matt Plummer convening with his hitters there down the third base line. They're going to head back to their respective spots. So Mechanicu, 14.2 innings pitched on the year. He's 2-0 with a 1.43 ERA, 17 strikeouts and 7 walks. So better than a strikeout an inning. Big thanks to Dave Bentley there for the assist with the stats. So RJ Duncher to the plate here, runners on.
Starts him out with a spinner, and he's got that aqua Coastal Carolina blue glove. We're not sure how it's affecting hitters.
So brought the sophomore in to face the most dangerous bat in the area, RJ Duncan.
Another spinner, a little bit low. Same spot, though. Same tunnel. You got to believe he's going to have to throw the fastball at some point, but he's going to be careful if he's smart. 2 runners on.
Yeah, he's not going to throw a fastball until he's at an account unless he's trying to sneak it by him with 2 strikes. Oh,
there it was.
wrong.
In a pretty good spot, low and outside. Ump didn't like it, though.
So that'll make it 2-1 now. Runners on first and second. Dunlap leads this game 2-0.
Nobody out.
Jackson Aarons leads away from second. Owen Hidden from first. Gave him another fastball, and that one going to be fouled off. Count will even up at 2-2 now.
Nice play made by the first base coach of the JV game. Looked like a 3-hopper.
So here we go. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Eli Mechanicu getting ready to deal it up to RJ Duncan.
It's got to be a curveball slider. Dungeon calls time.
Little cat and mouse here.
The Dungeon looks pretty relaxed. Mechanicu does not. I think he's going to throw another slider.
I bet Mechanicu's got that adrenaline just filling him up right now. Gets him swinging. Wow.
Huge pitch.
Now batting for the Raiders, number 5, Zach Hahn.
Looked like a changeup to me,
Yes, it
Diggs.
did. Yes, it did.
And it started on the inner half of the plate and just dropped.
So that'll bring up Zach Hahn now. Zach is grounded out to short and popped out to second. Again, we are here bottom of the 6th, 1 out. Raiders threatening with their first runner in scoring position. Jackson Aarons led off with a double. Owen Hidden hit by a pitch. And the last batter, RJ Duncan, after a pitching change, struck out by Dunlap sophomore Eli Mechanicu. Gonna put the runners in motion, and that's gonna plug a gap.
1 run's going to be in. He's going to hold him at third.
So that'll make it 2-1.
Now batting for the Raiders, number 11, Jackson Beasley.
So Aaron's around to score, Hidden to third. Raiders still threatening here. Matt Plummer putting the runners in motion certainly paid off there with the single by Hahn.
Great piece of hitting there by Hahn. Inside fastball. Didn't try to do too much. Kept the hands in. Put it right in a spot. Left center field. No one there.
Yeah, they have left the left center gap wide open. As left fielder Landon Gray really hugging that left field line. That ball fouled off down the line, pardon me.
Keep an eye on your base runner at third, trying to mess with Mechanicu as he goes into the pitch.
Now the older Hiddens, David Jr. and Owen Hidden, had enough speed to steal home and would frequently do so. Owen, a little bit slower than his brothers, but equally baseball smart. So not sure if he can steal home per se, but he can definitely cause a little distraction out there.
Nice tight spinner there from Mechanicu.
So 1-2 count, 1 out now. Batter is Jackson Beasley. Raiders looking to even this game up at 2-2. Nice block there by Gavin Gibbs. That'll leave the count 2-2. Out there giving signs. Everybody set. Mechanicu gonna come set. That ball gonna get down. That ball is flipped to right.
Fair
And
ball.
that's gonna get down fair. What a great piece of hitting by Jackson Beasley. He's gonna be out at second trying to stretch it to a double, but the damage already done as the Raiders have tied this game at 2.
Now batting for the Raiders, number 21, Roman Moody.
Great job of hitting outside pitch. Texas leaguer into right.
Close play at second, too.
Yeah, it was.
Great throw from right field.
I have a sneaking suspicion here that Matt Plummer might try a suicide. That ball popped up. Gonna get out of play, I do believe.
It's out.
Gonna get down just outside the Raider dugout. So again, that'll make it strike one. 0-1 here. 2 outs to Roman Moody. Roman grounded out 3-1. Grounded out first and struck out swinging back in the fourth. Does have some heroics though. It was his walk-off hit that got us past Canton last Wednesday. Let's see what the junior can do now. Ooh, that pitch up and in.
Chin music.
His,
No, I meant the score.
oh. Oh, yeah. No, you're good, buddy. You're good. Okay.
I think it's 1-3.
There we go. Ball misses up high. That'll even it at 2-2. So Deuce is wild here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Let's see what the junior left fielder Roman Moody can do here with the runner on third, Zach Hahn. That ball in-capped. Mr. Mechanicu might want to be careful there. It looked like he kind of rolled through his stop. So 2-2 again. We'll do it again. 2 on, 2 out. Or 1 on, 2 out, pardon me. And runs the fastball. That'll finish it up.
Great spot outside, a tad low. Tough assignment from Mechanicu. The double was clean. The Texas leaguer was just a great piece of hitting.
So we go to the top of the 7th. This Middle Illini Conference game is tied at 2. Can you check the pitch count on Dungeon? What's going on, man?
88.
88 pitches for RJ Dungeon so far. So still has 18 pitches left in the tank. See if he can get him through the inning here and finish strong. Not sure what Matt Plummer has. Looks like he's sending somebody down there now.
Now batting for Dunlap, number 14, Gray.
That'll bring up Landon Gray, the left fielder. Lead this thing off. Gray 0 for 2, a strikeout victim back in the second. and a ground out to third, back in the fourth. And he'll look at strike one from R.J. Duncan as we get the seventh underway. Again, this Middle Illini Conference game tied at 2 after the host Raiders scratched and clawed for a pair of runs there back in the sixth. Fastball misses low and outside there. That'll make it 1-1 now to Landon Gray. A breaking ball there. A little flip me, get me over. Can't see a number on who's in the pen. Somebody just kind of casually playing toss down there for the Eagles. That is Connor Watson. Connor pulling double duty for the Raiders this spring as both on the tennis court as our number one player, number one singles and doubles. That ball going to be hit to third, hidden clean with it. Gets it across the diamond, and that'll retire Gray for the first out of the seventh.
Dunlap, number 10, Mechanicu.
That'll bring up Eli Mechanicu. Duncan misses outside there. Ball one to Mechanicu. Mechanicu 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts, one swinging, one looking today. And he has moved from third base now to the pitcher of record.
He's approaching 100 pitches.
Again, IHSA pitch limit 105. That'll make it 1-2. Or no, pardon me, 2-1. That's just how dangerous this Dunlap lineup is. Like, you still got good bats down here, 7, 8, 9, and that one's going to get in the gap. That gets down. Got him. That's the second out at second. My goodness. What a great play by Joe Clark. That ball got down in front of Jackson Beasley, hopped up over him. Clark barehanded it and threw to second to get Mechanicu.
Now batting for Dunlap, number 11, Malcolm.
Is this?
I got Malcolm.
Yeah. So this would be Simon Malcolm hitting, pinch hitting, for Tressenrider. Simon, the younger brother of Graham. Graham was a nice little player for the Eagles over a 3-year varsity career.
We have an update from Joyce Grant, my mom, on the monocles. She only picked up the Italian dressing for me to take home tomorrow. So I am now in Diggle for monocles after this.
Diggle's at good old 600 Timber Ridge.
That is, unless we go
Oh, that
15 innings, and who knows, monocles might be closed.
Yeah, if we go 15 innings, there's going to be a lot of things closed.
Including Lou's, because it's only open 12 days a year.
And only till 6 p.m. when most people want dinner. What do we talk about that? You know everybody in Peoria. We got to get Lou's open till like 8 or 9.
I mean, it stays light till 8 in July.
So 2-0 here to pinch hitter Simon Malcolm.
That's pitch number 100 for the Dungeon, right on the outside corner.
So Duncan, this will be, could be his last batter. He's got to get to, not sure what's going on here. Zach
He's
Hahn,
lost his earpiece for the
pitch comm.
Yep.
So Hahn fixes his earpiece for the pitch comm there. That ball going to be put in play to third. Owen Hidden vacuums it up. Fires across. Nice pick by Mason Watson. That throw just a little low. Mace Watson showing no compunction about getting down there and putting his face behind it. And that sends us to the bottom of the seventh, tied at 2, with the host Raiders coming to bat, looking to claim victory here and avoid extra innings.
This match has lived up to the hype. Let's see what our DJ has for the mid-inning tune. I'm going to have to Shazam this one. I'm a little slow on the uptake. Sounds like Smashing Pumpkins.
It is.
Good story about the Pumpkins. They played in Chicago back in '97 when our friend Evan Farner was playing NAIA ball up in Joliet. Went to the concert, and Billy Corgan started dropping F-bombs at the entire crowd in what seemed like a drug-infused spaz. One of my favorite Smashing stories ever. Farner was at St. Francis at the time, then transferred to ICC, and then to Bradley before he was drafted.
Played 8 years of Pro Bowl. Or 9 years. Something. So, leading us
Now
off
batting
here.
for the Raiders, number 20, Mason Watson.
So here we go, folks. Bottom of the 7th. This game tied at 2. Raiders number 7 hitter Mason Watson going to start us off. What was that, a ball or strike?
It's a great pitch.
Bender there put in play. What do we got here for a count? 1-1 or 0-2? So here we go, 0-2 to Watson. Mechanic who's set delivers.
Oh,
Ball in the dirt. Still going to get the out.
Now batting for the Raiders, number 34, Augie Lonis.
that looked like a tight breaking ball
Yes.
that just dropped off.
And here's another, we were talking about this with Dunlap too, great hitters low in the order. Here's another one right here. This is your 8 hitter, Augie Lonis. And he is capable of hitting one over that rock pile and center.
And there it
Just
goes!
like that. That is
There it
gone.
is.
That's a walk-off.
That is a walk-off
See
home
ya.
run.
Oh, Augie did it!
Augie
And it's a Raiders
Lonis
winner.
walks it off with a blast. My goodness. This kid deserves it. He's been busted up his shoulder. Hasn't been able to compete on the mound, but my goodness, that ball was launched.
You call him. Nice job, Diggs.
So, that is all we have for us, folks. We hope you've enjoyed the heck out of this. I know Dave Bentley and I sure as heck have. And thanks to Alex Van Winkle for the good tunes and the pitching in there. But that'll do it. Raiders win this game 3-2. And man, that's about it. We will see you down the road, folks.
It's monocle's time.
Yeah.
That was gorgeous. That was a great. Okay, you know whose chords I take